Hello again, Gary here. Um, Here we are with that Class C camper that we just picked up. That on a previous video you had with Karen showing me driving this thing in here. Well, it's a 2000 model, so of course I've got to go over it completely, make sure everything is working. So far I found the brakes are good and everything inside is working good in it. What I'm doing now is the tires had a date code of 09, so that should tell you how old they were. They were pretty old, and we definitely don't want to go down the road with those old tires splitting on us and leaving us stranded. Now these are the two new ones that we put in that I did yesterday, and so you got 4 rear tires and 2 in the front. And it was all I could do to climb underneath that thing and try and find a spot to jack that axle up while laying underneath of it and beat those tires off of it. The fun thing about that is those lug nuts are massive. They're big old lug nuts, and those studs, of course, are rusty. But an old friend of mine, last name of Satinoff, said, got me into doing this, basically using this PB Blaster. And basically just soak those lug nuts and studs down overnight, and then you can actually get the lug nuts off without stripping a thread or busting something. Here's my new tire going in the front. The road noise. New tire is going in the front. It took 2 jack stands and a jack to get that thing up high enough to get this one off. I've got a spare on the other side so that I could take both of them in and change those out. I've been putting these big old tires in a little teeny Mazda car in the back seat. Well, basically with the back seat rolled down, is that thing definitely felt it. So my next thing to do is to find out why there's a spare hot cable in here. This one, I don't know if you can see it. That spare hot cable is sitting there and it's hot. It's got 12 volts on it. I think it is to the starter of the generator, and that's gonna be my next project, is to find out if I can get this generator working. I think it's probably sat there since probably 2019. That's the last tag on this thing that it had, was a 2019 tag. So it's probably sat there with all that old fuel in it and all gummed up. Luckily you can get parts for these Onan generators pretty cheap. I can get another carburetor for like $60. So that's probably where I'm going with that. Hopefully it's not the fuel pump. It's a little electric fuel pump back in the back, and I could probably got to drop the whole generator out to get to it. So we shall see. Wish me luck, and then we'll get into other projects. We might put it up on ramps and just make sure all the steering linkage is good and things like that. But other than that, she's really in good shape. There's no sign of any leakage from the roof inside, so the AC works good and the water works good and all the plumbing's perfect. So it's got good bones. That's what counts. Big old Chevy 454 engine in it. That's a gas guzzler, but we'll just hopefully keep it on the highway and gets it lots of downhills maybe. I don't know. All right, check in later.